Okay.
Well, hey, let's do it. Hey, hi.
We could do like an alternating hi. Okay, I'll just say hi, and you say hi, and then I'll say we're back, nerds, and then we'll move on. Let's just do that.
Great. I think that's the clip
Like,
right there. We're just there. It is. You use that.
ugh.
Got him. We're back, nerds.
Perfect. All right, there's the clip. We got the ding. Sick. Okay,
We got the ding. We're back.
we're back. I don't know how we're starting this. I have pulled up Son of Godzilla for reference. I did not read any of the trivia. I don't know if you looked at any of that.
Not really.
I don't know if there's a ton to talk about.
It's fine.
So,
It's a short
good one
movie.
to start on, you know?
Yeah. Hey. I mean, it's not like we took a 7-month break or anything. So, whatever.
Who cares? Yeah, there's not a lot of trivia. Looks like. Oh, shoot. She fell down the mountain. We'll get back to that. Okay. Well, I'm ready. I don't know how to start it, but. Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Hey, everybody. I'm Caleb. That's Brian. Welcome to the one about Godzilla movies. The one where we just ask ChatGPT to summarize the movie for us, and then we talk about that instead of watching them. No, that's not how this works. Dang it.
I forgot that I used to do that as a summary.
Today we are going to be talking about the 1967 Toho kaiju film Son of Godzilla.
That's the one.
Kaijuto no Kasen, Gojira no Musoko. And
I do need to look up what that means because it's clearly longer than the English title. You know? I'm looking it up.
Okay.
While you're talking, I'm looking it up.
And Brian has
guess what the translation is.
Oh, what's the translation?
It says Japanese detected. That's correct. The English translation says Kaijuto no Kasen Kujira no Musuko. Thanks, Google.
That's what I said.
I learned a lot from that. You're welcome for interrupting. Continue.
Today we're going to be talking about the 1967 Toho Kaiju 3, 2. Today we're going to be talking about the 1967
This is all in the episode.
Toho. What's in the show is in the show. Son of Godzilla, directed by Jun Fukuda, and we're still solidly in the Showa era of Godzilla films. So
I did see that Fukuda, I said that wrong, directed a few 70s films, looks like, later on. Mm-hmm. So, I also did notice our friend Akihiko Hirata, also in this film. Been in so many of the films. He was the guy with the eye patch in the first movie.
Oh yeah.
The scientist boy. Never forget a face, especially when it's in every movie.
Especially when it's in all of the films.
One could argue you don't have to be good with faces to notice that.
Yeah. I want to point this out now because if I don't, it's just going to burn a hole in me. You need to remember the name Goro Maki. He's a character in this film, but you need to remember that name. And that's all I'll say about that. That's going to come up in your near future.
And I think I remember which character that was.
In this film, he's the journalist who shows up on the island and is comic relief.
Totally.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Where do you want to start? Do you want me to do a little summary? Do you want to
I think
just
the summary on
everything
IMDb
that we've ever done? Yeah, go for it.
I think this is a pretty good summary, actually. It says a reporter stumbles upon weather experiments on a tropical island, discovering giant mantises, a castaway woman, and an infant monster that Godzilla must adopt as his own. I can't disagree with that summary. I watched it not too
And,
long ago today, so it's fresh in my mind. And in answer to your question,
I don't know why that
have
sentence
we
just made
ever
me
had
laugh.
a structure to this
I
show?
watched it not too long ago today. Why did that? I don't know. The only structure is that there's no structure. So
gonna say, and not like the number of hours ago, but I quickly realized I wasn't going to be able to estimate that accurately. So I just halfway through switched to saying that it was earlier today, which
Take
was
luck.
true.
Take luck.
Take luck. Anyways, I took notes on my thoughts on it. Do you have any
dude.
notes
I mean, I
or
guess
thoughts?
it's just like to jump right into it. It's goofy. It's
a goofy one.
Goofy. Like, but
Very
I actually
silly.
I enjoyed the. Well, I did it. I mean, it's goofy. I did kind of like. I enjoyed. I just said the same thing twice, and I'm going to say it a third time. Say it three times. It's almost like praying. I enjoyed the switch from, oh my god, Godzilla's attacking Tokyo Bay. Or like, oh
It's like
my
a side
god,
quest kind of a movie.
some
Almost.
fishing boat just like bleh. The dude drops Monster Island at one point. He's like, "This is a Monster Island." And
I saw that. I was like, they're really gunning for the King Kong Island thing.
well, there is a Monster Island, like a movie coming up that we're gonna watch, like called
And then they call it that.
yeah, it's actually Monster Island, and it's where they all are.
I figured that was a lore reference. But
Yeah, but it's weird that it would be. I
maybe
wonder
it's
if that
before.
is I wonder if that is what sparked the idea of that name. I enjoyed the Pacific feel, the like. It's almost like the human story of it. Like they were there to ask all the questions that we kind of had about what the heck was going on this island, and then you just got to see,
They voiced a lot of things. Yeah.
and then you get to see Godzilla be a dad, very unwillingly. And so but like what you just said, like it's a side quest kind of, and it, I don't know, it was just kind of a nice shakeup. So, I've always had really good vibes about this film. It is one of the ones that I like.
You mentioned it before, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like it's oddly.
I
It's a
remember you
really
saying,
good
like,
kids film.
I
Like
like
this
this
would
one.
probably be the first one that I show Evie when she's ready for it. Like there's
Really?
like the most intense part really is, spoiler alert, when Minya is born and he comes out of the egg and the mantis things or the gigantus are like attacking him. That's really the most like, I mean, some
Yeah.
of the spider stuff too.
Scary creatures. Maybe.
Yeah, but like it is the most like, very like, it's the most chill Godzilla film I think I've ever seen for sure.
Yeah. Very laid back.
Yeah.
Feels a little slow for sure.
Yeah, slow, but it's only 84 minutes long or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean, it's a good vibe movie for me. Let me hear your thoughts. I'm excited
Not a ton.
as your first time seeing it.
Total ADHD moment. I saw the new Fantastic Four, the Marvel Studios Fantastic Four earlier today. I don't know if you have plans to see that at any point. Other than it being, I thought it was a great Fantastic Four movie. The sort of structure and story of it felt very like a kaiju film to me,
Interesting.
actually. And now that I've planted that seed, if and when you watch it, I want to know if you agree with me. Anyways, that's just a little side thing. Have to talk
Interesting.
kaiju on the pod. Okay, so here's my review and my thoughts. The review is titled, in all caps, "We Are So Back, Nerds." I always put a comment at the top. Most of them just say another episode, but this one I felt like that was a good summary. since we are in fact back. Oh, and at the end, we should talk about what we're doing in a few weeks, and
We
that
should.
being an impetus to us recording again.
You just sent me off on a tangent that now I need to.
What, you're googling
I
stuff?
need to bring you back in. Well, okay, so you were talking about the Fantastic Four. I was like, I wonder who the
Yeah.
director is. This dude, Matt Shackman, this appears to be his first film that he's ever done. But he
Really?
has directed episodes of Succession, Mad Men, Psych,
He did.
Fargo, One Tree Hill,
WandaVision.
The Good Wife, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The Boys, Game of Thrones, House,
Go to guy
and-
sounds like.
and an episode of Monarch, Legacy of Monsters.
I did see that.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I really liked it. It was reviewing the wrong movie now, but yeah, they really stuck the landing with like the '60s retro futurism. The aesthetic is so wonderfully consistent.
Cool.
The whole thing.
Sweet.
It honestly reminds me of like a Disney World, like Future World, kind of all that retro future Disney stuff.
Yeah, little
It
Epcot-y,
it seems so appropriate that it's like a Disney made
yeah.
film actually, because it reminds me of that a little bit. But anyway, Son of Godzilla.
Anyways,
Okay, I have some stuff I liked. I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't put it together. Okay, I like that we open on the dark ocean water. Classic move. This is an ode to movies that have come before. Usually it's a ship that we pan to or something. It's almost like, you know how like Star Wars is always like the opening crawl, and then it's like we pan to a ship or a planet.
yeah.
One of the two.
Yep.
That's like the Godzilla move, is you open on the ocean and then it like pans to like a ship or something and some guys yelling and some context. Anyways, this time it wasn't a ship, it was a plane, you know. So I like that.
So there.
Yeah. I do, you know, spoilers are welcome here. So if you care about this thing, you should probably watch it first. But I'm going to hop actually to a item that I would change. It is directly after that moment I just described. Godzilla makes an appearance far too early, is what I wrote down. We're like, 12 seconds in? And then he's just like walking through the water.
Oh, yeah. They're like, where is he
don't know.
going? Because he just completely
like-
ignores them, right?
You know, that's not the film this was intended to be. It's not like that movie where there's the big build-up and then Godzilla shows up at the end and it's like all epic and awesome. Like, that's not what the movie is. But also, it is fun to kind of like save it a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just
Well,
like, wow,
and
we
it's
were
like- it's
like
a new
30
suit
seconds
design,
in
too.
and got...
Yeah, well, it's a new suit
Is it really?
design. Yeah, well, yeah, he's a little more rounded.
very
a
similar
little
to me.
more- Yeah, it's similar, but he's just
Same
a little
eyes.
more.
I mean, every two movies they have to build a new suit anyways because how much they abuse it.
Exactly.
Which gives an opportunity to like redesign. But anyways, I would do like, I don't know if it served much to show him. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if the opening of the movie actually really helped a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, other than just trying to like set the
But-
scene of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, they could have done a better job.
They
of
could have
like,
just
here's
opened
this,
straight on the island.
I guess,
I
or
don't know.
like, or these dudes like have them at their send off from Japan, from Tokyo or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I guess, but yeah, I don't know. It is, yeah, just kind of
Interesting.
like, but I guess they do still. They explain why they're on the island, anyways. So yeah, what did you even need, dude? It's filler.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I don't have like a ton of notes. I did find myself Googling the term head honcho. while I
You
was
never
watching
heard
this
that
film.
before?
No, because that's a very well-known American term, but it was in this movie,
I see.
and it got me thinking, wait a minute, is that a Japanese word? Sure enough, it is. Honcho is is a Japanese word.
Interesting.
I don't know where that phrase like wound its way into like American subculture, but like that's like I don't know, like a thing that my parents say or whatever that I like heard growing up,
Yeah.
or that I've said myself, and I was like, oh. Sometimes you like say these words over and over again. You're like, wait a minute, that word sounds French. It is. It is French. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
RSVP or things like that we're just used to. Anyways, so I learned something. It was an educational movie. On that one point. I like the giant mantises. Especially the very first moment before they're giant. They have one that's kind of like peering at them in the night from the trees, and the eyes are just kind of glowing through the trees. That was kind of cool. That was a cool effect. Yeah. Was that the term they used before or after they got big? I can't remember now.
It's Kamakura is their big name. Yeah.
Okay.
And then but then Goromaki comes up with Gimantis or whatever for gigantic mantis.
Because I mean, they were. Let's not get it twisted. They were gigantic from the start. They just got even more gigantic.
Right.
They were already like originally they were like I don't know, the size of a moose. I don't know, which is pretty big for mantis.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time you saw a praying mantis, would you rather fight one moose-sized praying mantis or 100 praying mantis-sized moose?
Praying mantis versus meese.
Moosin.
Moosin. Title.
What are you speaking? Are you speaking German, Brian?
Mies is German, I think.
Jermaine Jackson. Jackson 5.
Oh, here we go.
Tito. Anyways. Yeah, so
I've missed this.
Kamakuras.
Yeah, they were cool and stuff. That's basically it. I thought they were cool.
How cool was the spider though? Like the eyes on the spider?
Yes, I also had that on my list. The giant spider was cool. I forget the name they had for it. I think the mantises and the spider were probably objectively like the best executed part of this movie. Like really good creature work, like realistic creature design. Pretty good operation. You could see a lot of the hang lines for the mantises when they were fighting and stuff. It's just kind of like hanging them around and puppeting them, you know. So some of that movement was a little, you know, standard jank. But the spider movement was, I thought, like, really accurate. Kind of made me wonder, like, how are they puppeting that thing?
Yeah, because this is like pre-Andy Serkis.
You know.
So.
Right. I don't know. But there was no CGI used in this film. I have a CGI rant at the end, actually. But it has nothing to do with this movie. Okay. So it made me wonder, like, kind of what scale like that spider was at, you know, which scale it was at they were shooting it, and like how it was being operated. Ultimately, as someone who's not like terribly afraid of spiders myself, like the leg movement, like the order of the legs was like spot on. To like they put time into like studying how a spider moves, and then,
which I mean,
like,
honestly, doesn't surprise me at all.
Nailed it.
Like that's a very.
Whereas like there isn't really like going to be that kind of reference of a mantis. Like mantids aren't like known for their walking order per se.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, but the fact that they paid attention to like, correct leg movement of a spider is pretty sweet. I think this is the first time I noticed in these films, and it might be, I mean, just in general, but like the idea of like when a bad guy or a villain or like, you know, like one of the mantis, when they would die, their eyes would go dark. It's like they just like turn the light off inside of the suit. I thought that was kind of like,
I don't know if I noticed that.
It's kind of cool, but like, it's
touch.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was well executed. I thought. I like spiders. I thought it was cool. just thought it was kind of a weird contrast, like the detail and operation of the mantises and spiders versus Godzilla and the articular character, the Son of Godzilla.
Minya.
I think by contrast, they just seemed so silly and janky.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the tone of the film, but
Yeah, and I think
the
that's
spider
what-
could have been in a very serious movie.
Yeah.
Same with the mantises, like
Yeah, they were just a little more puppeted than. I mean,
Yeah.
but it is the obvious difference between dudes in a suit and puppets.
yeah. Although
Yeah, I think it leads it lends itself to the film feeling a little softer still, or a little more like I said before, like kid friendly,
sure,
because it like you can see the wires, and it's like I said, one of the scariest parts of the movies is them attacking Minya's little egg when he's born, and then attacking him, and he's just like screaming on the ground, But
I actually at first I interpreted it as they were trying to get it to hatch, because they were like on its side or something. I don't know. And I was like, oh, that's not what's happening.
oh,
But yeah, like right after it hatches, like for a very brief amount of time, you have like a truly baby Godzilla situation going on.
mm-hmm.
And oh gosh, was that thing jank? It's like face down.
He's so
Wait,
cute.
Based on the scale I was seeing, it did not seem like it was being shot with like a human in it. It
Oh, really?
seemed like it was like, yeah, a lot of those shots, I don't know, it seemed like it was small. And it wasn't like moving like there was someone in it. It was moving like something that was very rudimentally puppeted and not, I don't know,
Would you like
very janky looking. It was super campy, I would
when,
say.
When do you want the official answer on that? Now or in the trivia section?
Oh, we could save it for the end. Do you know there's an item
Onward.
for that?
Onward.
Oh, great. Okay. There was a consistent tone. That's good. I like the Exotica music throughout. That was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Just full on 60s Exotica. I love it. I love Exotica music. Very of the time. Very what our retrospective American 60s viewpoint of what an island should sound like. Exotica music is largely American, but love it. Great sound. Definitely some silliness that is done like entirely through the music. Like some of the scenes where the music comes in, it's just very comical sounding. So the music served the tone they were going for, definitely. I think.
For sure. It's well, and it's interesting to. Do you ever listen to like any like jazz fusion stuff, or like specifically like Japanese jazz fusion? You ever heard of the band Cassiopeia?
I have heard of that band. I don't know if
Okay.
I've listened to them in a while.
This stuff is kind of to me like the proto like jazz fusion and stuff that's really started in like late 70s, early 80s. But I've been listening. It's funny because like over the last 7 months, that's become almost exclusively what I listen to is like late 70s, early 80s Japanese jazz fusion and pop. Like,
Interesting.
I'm really into it. It's so good.
There was
Anyways.
a synthesizer guy, Tomato, something, not Tomato. Oh my gosh, Tomuta. What's his name? Asayo Tomuta. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna find this.
Masayoshi Takanaka. Takako Mamiya.
I'm gonna find this. Yes, Tomita. ISAO. Tomita. Tomita. He was a pioneer of synthesizer-based music, like literally making music with just synthesizers.
Isao Tomita. Nice.
And he has a lot of albums where he's like reproducing classical pieces, but exclusively using synthesizer patches. This is like what, early 70s, I want to say.
His first album is 75.
Okay, so starting in the mid 70s. if you're listening to this and you like Claire de Lune, he did Claire de Lune entirely with synthesizer patches, and it is magical. I love it. You should
Nice.
check it out.
I'm adding his first 2 albums.
Why is that relevant? Well, he is Japanese, so gotcha.
Be cool if he'd done the music on this film, but he didn't. All right, what else you got?
Okay, so things I would change. As previously mentioned, Godzilla making an appearance far too early in the film, I think. Easy fix. Weird choice. This is really only in the, sort of the opening of the film, but there was like this one place in the island where they were shooting. It almost looked kind of like a barn silo situation, and there was kind of like a railing around it in a circle. They used that location a lot throughout the film, where there was like a monster passing by, and they would like kind of lie down and hide behind the building. It was like this round silo-shaped building. I don't remember what was inside the building. But that set, I think, was kind of poorly put together. That is to say, is so obvious that it's a soundstage that I don't think they suspended the disbelief well enough. Quite a few shots there. I mean, they have foreground elements in the soundstage, you know, bushes and like rocks and stuff, and they've got the whole building, and they're like shooting in front of it. But it's like, it seems like it's like 10 feet back is like the huge like matte painting wall that's supposed to be like the background, and it isn't far enough back to where you can pass it off as real to me. I feel like they cut some corners there. The other sets honestly were fine, but that one just really stood out to me as like, wow, that's a wall that's painted like the horizon. You really saved some money there.
Oh crap, we need this set.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
mostly only stood out in like the wide shots. But it was only, I guess it really only stood out in the kind of in the beginning of the film, because later in the film when they had monsters going by, I don't know how they were like tying it together, but they had monster footage going on instead of like that wall. So it actually, I think, looked better at that point. But anyways.
Dude, what did you think of the I was just thinking of I think they called it Spyga. The spider thing. But the actual name is Kumonga. Yeah, Kumonga. It's Kamakura and Kumonga.
You're saying the kaiju has a different name?
The spider is Kumonga. Yeah, Spyga is Kumonga.
Okay.
When they were in the cave that the girl was like hiding in, and it's like arms would like reach in, those models were really freaking sweet too, because they were like, I mean, they had to be big enough to be taller than those people, and they must have been just like
the leg coming all the way down the tunnel.
Exactly, yeah, like 3 or 4 dudes just like shoving this thing down the
Yeah, the detail was really good. There were a couple moments where I was like, how long is this leg? Like, they made the tunnel seem like it was so long, and then the leg was just like all the way in there. I'm like, is this Mr. Fantastic cosplaying as a spire? Oh, there's a title.
He brought them back together.
It's fresh.
You see the storytelling here, everybody. This is why you listen.
The analogy
to the show.
was there.
The storytelling.
Anyways, yeah. The detail on everything related to the spider I thought was really good. Especially like when it like emerged from the ground, you know, you get like kind of like dust falling off and stuff.
Yeah. I thought they did a really good job of like,
stuff. It was like really detailed.
Of building him up too. Like, oh, he's sleeping under the ground, and we got be careful, you're gonna wake him up. And then it's just like, crap, there he is. Just
you're like, of course he's gonna wake up. That's the movie. Yeah, anyways. Also, I wasn't loving the silliness, but I don't know.
Yeah.
There were like clear moments where they were trying to make it seem as silly as possible. And it was usually like the music kicking in that would like tell that story.
Sure, yeah. It definitely felt like
So it was like lighter overall, but there were specific moments of like silly music where I was like, when they're really going for the campy vibe. All right, so
For sure.
there's a lot of moments where I'm like, what is this movie? Like when something is happening.
Yeah, it seems like it seemed like they used a lot of like the whimsical kind of stuff. All the whimsy was, especially when Godzilla and Minya were like interacting after that fight scene, and then he's like, I mean, Godzilla he's just like, he begrudgingly acts like Minya's father. Everybody just assumes that is his baby. I mean, who knows?
So that's the name of the little guy then.
Minya. Like, but like we saw in Godzilla, the American one, the 1998 Matthew Broderick one, Godzilla reproduces asexually. So like, that could, I don't know.
The rules are meant to be bent,
Exactly. So like, this could be a Baby Yoda situation. It's just that they're the same race. This could be Godzilla is Oni-chan to Minya.
They didn't really feel the need to explain
Oni-chan
it a
is
whole
Big
lot.
Brother. Oni-chan. Because he cries so much, I just started hearing him going like, Oni-chan, Oni-chan, Big Brother,
In your
Big
head.
Brother. Wah. Like, yeah, was a lot of how I saw Minya.
The full size baby Godzilla. I already forgot the name. With clearly a person inside operating in it. I thought it looked pretty good. The baby was like a, oh my god, what is that situation for me? Like, especially after seeing the mantises, I was like, really? This is where you skimped? Like, looked like it was made like poorly modeled out of clay or something.
Yeah, or was it supposed to be that it was just like he's gonna like it's supposed to be the baby? We already know when he's a little bit older, the suit's so much like I don't know. Maybe they made him look terrible on purpose because he's so young and fresh and goopy.
It very, especially the face, like really stood out as like very, very rudimentary.
Yeah.
Didn't look really a whole lot like Godzilla. I feel like they could have designed it better to look like a Godzilla. Maybe it's not supposed to look like Godzilla. I don't know. But yeah, it was just kind of like twitching on the ground, having a little seizure kind of a thing.
So
There
what
was
do
just
you
a lot
think,
of that initially.
Yeah. What do you think, as long as we're on this topic, sorry, Sam's texting me about the baby. He's having a rough night. Poor kid's getting like 6 teeth at once.
Dang. It's vision.
Oh, yeah, sure. What do you think? Because, like, Godzilla always represents something in these films. He's always an allegory or whatever it is. Like, not allegory, whatever.
I think that's an appropriate credit to give some of the films we've watched.
Yeah, but, like, what do you think Minya is supposed to represent here? Is it like a...
Cash grab? Marketing?
Is it a cash grab?
I'm a cynic. Sorry.
Is it? Yeah,
Is
I
there a
guess
deeper
you are a cynic,
It's a
and I like
franchise.
to. Well, yeah, it's a franchise, but I guess it's like I like the lore building side of it, and like because I doubt that lore has. That
I'm gonna
lore
guess
is a
the
new
point of the
invention.
story was to explore like a parent-child relationship,
Yeah, parent-child
at least
relationship.
a little bit. The
Yeah.
idea being it being something new that hasn't been explored yet, so it is original. The marketing seems to have kind of them both on there. Like even the poster, they have like sort of the disc-shaped laser thing coming out of the baby's mouth,
Yeah.
but I'm not really sure. There wasn't a lot of story to this one. Stuff just kind of happens, I would say. It didn't seem like there was like a moral or a message that he was trying to convey.
See, I had something. I'm trying to find the exact way that I wrote it down.
I think it's good when these movies do have that. I didn't feel like this one really had much, but
When you got good. Oh, here it is. Okay.
found it.
Yeah, we like you get the like you. Yeah, it's like Godzilla, not just a monster. He's a parent. We get these tones of like I think this is where the franchise starts to shift towards tones of empathy and care and continuity a little bit finally. At least we're about to go into like an arc of 3 or 4, like this film starts an arc of like 3 or 4 films that ends, and we see Minya a couple more times too. But
Okay.
like I kind of see it's like it's a nuclear legacy thing. Like we like the consequences of nuclear meddling are being passed down whether we want them to or not. Like there's another Godzilla who's just born. We don't even know how or why. You know what I mean? It's a lot less like doom and gloom war brr, but there is still that kind of like them
The
messing
fallout,
with the
so to
weather.
speak.
Yeah, them messing with the weather.
Unintended.
Yeah, the unintended fallout of them messing around and everything that did to this island, and yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
I also wrote down Baby G out here looking like he has eyebrows.
Heck yeah, dude.
The way they modeled the facial structure, like the furrows that stick out look exactly like eyebrows, and as soon as I saw it I couldn't unsee it. Just go like look up a screen grab or something right now. It's like
He's just got
it looks like he's got eyebrows.
he's like a
like
Muppet version
thick.
of Godzilla, basically.
That's it.
like, yeah.
I actually had several moments where I was like, this feels like almost like a parody. but it isn't. Like yeah, he does look like a Muppet. He looks like a Muppet version of Godzilla,
Yeah.
which is like so like cartoony almost. It's a choice. And my final thing I would change, so to speak, I was just all like the spider web happening, and then at the end the snowfall. I just wrote down asbestos for everyone, because that's all I could think as
Yeah.
I was watching it. All of the side effects.
Yeah, it's crazy how it goes from like
It's
tag team,
buried.
atomic breath action, like Minya finally learned how to do atomic breath and they defeat the spider together and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden it's like introspective, like they flipped a switch and it's just like here's Godzilla wrapping up his little baby as they get covered in snow and potentially freeze to death. Cue some melancholy lo-fi beats as the credits roll.
Beach Study 2.
Yeah.
Lit.
It's lit.
I was hanging out with some friends of mine who are also in our 30s, and the other night, and my new roommate, who's 23, got home and was hanging out with us, and one of us, it might have been me, I don't remember, said lit, and he made a comment about that not being a relevant term anymore, and I was immediately reminded of my age and his age. I thought about it and I was like, yeah, it was almost 10 years ago that I remember people saying that. That's fair. Why am I still saying it? I don't know.
Drop the decade.
Can't blame it on anything really.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the end of my thoughts.
Yeah. I'll make mine quick too. It's a short, funny movie. It's like, I don't know, like I don't know. It's not a favorite, but it's definitely a like easily returnable, I guess, for, like I said, I'll probably show Evie this as her first Godzilla movie. It's tonally, it's just such a stark shift from where they were going with these films. It's soft. It's like Saturday morning cartoons kind of, but there's still the like metaphors underneath. I guess it's just that like the Cold War dread is gone and there's not a whole lot of urban destruction. It just kind of feels a little bit like Gilligan's Island kind of, you know. I don't know. The Godzilla design I mentioned before that he's different. He just feels like a little less intimidating. It was like his face is a little more rounded. The eyes are just as big as before, but he also looks like less like like just a little, I don't know, less muscly, a little less definition, I guess. I
A little less
did,
MonsterVerse jacked.
yeah, a little less MonsterVerse jacked and more like an actual dad. The scene where like he's trying to sleep and like Minya's like jumping on his tail and playing with his tail and stuff is like it's kind of hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that they did a really good job of taking the idea of like, hey, we want to shift the entire vibe of the franchise altogether. Let's try something really different. While it still feels goofy, I think it was at least a good idea to try. And I like that they like we see that they do this for like 3-4 films. They try a vibe and then they're going to switch it up again. And I like that about the franchise, that Toho is continuing to do that. They're just like they kind of, and from what I see, because this is from '67, so they're looking around at what else is popular at the time in probably Western media, but like what also was popular in China, what's going on in, like late 60s. It was all trending towards that kind of party vibe in general. So,
Yeah, that is
yeah,
the 60s for sure.
yeah. So it's kind of campy. Like I said earlier, it's like the scientists are there for a little comic relief. I found myself as I was watching it, they would talk to each other like Goromaki or the professor or whatever. They'd say something, and I would find myself ending their sentence with "yeah, she, yeah, she, yeah, she." It's just like the American dub, the English dub of this was very like
That,
kind of like
of course.
slippy-doo and slop the chickens, yeah today. Whatever.
Like baseball announcers kind of a thing.
Yeah. They were there to just kind of like ask all the questions that we were gonna ask, I guess. And also, this is another one where they actually kind of put a little more science into it. They tried to think about what they like, and I guess because it was kind of the hinge of the movie. That was what they were there to be doing in general. It wasn't just like, oh, we're here to do experiments, send a balloon up and blow it up. Like they had to actually release the silver iodide and blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, but like, I feel like they did it was a decent job of like, they made the human stuff feel like completely just not inconsequential to what else was going on with the monsters, but it just was like they did a good job of making like the monster fights and all of that feel like the biggest part of the film. Not only from a scale, but also just like story-wise and everything. It really was just kind of like, oops, we came here to do weather experiments, and it turns out we're going to fight for our lives here because this was going on. Like, if the humans hadn't been there, those things probably still would have attacked the egg of Minya, and Godzilla still would have shown up, and it just happens that there were people there, so that's why we got a story. But yeah, it's also just kind of interesting to, my final thought on this is like, it's an interesting way to end such a funny, goofy film, to just like it just kind of gets emotional all of a sudden. There isn't some victory, no military parade, no like, like
It just kind of ends.
it's just kind of it's over. Yeah, exactly. It's not like, yeah, I don't know. It's compared to some of the stuff that we're going to see and some of the stuff that we've seen, and also what was going on in the 60s with, like, I mean, shit, Star Trek and Star Wars. When did the first Star Wars come out?
77. Star Trek was the first, kind of on the
so like
regular sci-fi.
But yeah, and like all this like big, because that was like space and it's huge, and like the Godzilla movies and all this stuff had been big, like taking on cities and stuff, and this one was just kind of like smaller scale, a little more experimental, contained to this one island, not a whole bunch of moving pieces, not a whole bunch of people, not a whole bunch of military red tape or anything, just like an experiment kind of gone sideways and these people fighting for their lives. So, which is not like a new story idea, but like to put Godzilla in with that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's
Thought
also
the egg looked really good, actually.
yeah, and it's the beginning of friendly Godzilla era, honestly. More dancing, more silliness, more like, but also like this is where we start to see more like name brand Toho kaiju appear. They start coming up with new characters to where Godzilla is now on humankind's side most of the time, or is, like, yeah, trying to protect itself against this thing that wants to end everything anyways. So yeah.
You see more of that in the 70s, or?
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, we go to like Godzilla versus Megalon is still in this arc, and Megalon is he's a pretty cool kaiju.
Is it a shark?
No, not Megalodon,
It's pretty close.
and not Megadon. That's my father-in-law.
Megadon.
Threw it on the ground.
We always go there eventually. Off topic, that is. Okay, so
Let me see. Where are we?
you have some trivia items for sure. Couple post movie conversations here.
Yeah.
I didn't get much out of the budget, so I saw something about the budget being about 900,000, and then something about it made $200 or something. I feel like that's not accurate, but I'm always skeptical about this information, and who really knows?
Oh yeah. I didn't really have anything super crazy. Just that so Minya is a suit all throughout the film. It's the same person in there, and it's a little person who was in that suit. And I've lost what their name was. Dang it! Too much stuff going on.
And I imagine that would exclude
Little Man Machan,
right after the egg.
a
hatch.
Japanese little person actor in a heavily padded suit.
Yeah.
The suit design for Godzilla in this film was softer and more frog-faced, intentionally made to look more sympathetic as a father. And Minya becomes a reoccurring character. He's in Destroy All Monsters and a central role in Godzilla's Revenge.
Yeah.
Which-
There isn't a lot of trivia for this one.
No, not really.
I do see here, maybe it's interesting that the little guy's name, Minila, Mini Gojira, there's a bunch of different versions of the name they kind of evolved. Um, it says here that the character has been historically divisive amongst the Western audience. In Japan, the character is very popular and well liked. So something about regular fan polls ranking it as the 4th most popular monster.
Yeah, it's kind of become like
It's
cult
interesting.
classic, basically.
Mm-hmm. So it said something about American favorites being Mechagodzilla and Anguirus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mechagodzilla does seem like it'd be an American favorite. That seems like it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Anguirus is pretty sweet. I'm going to mention this here because it's one of those things. I've said it a few times in this recording. Godzilla's Revenge was called All Monsters Attack in America. So that's in the library. We just don't see it as that. So
The original title was Godzilla's Revenge.
yeah.
Got it.
And that is the end of the...
You're right.
This is 1, 2, 3.
It's the Showa era, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'll be the end of the Showa era. Yep. So this is a little like 3-film deal: Son of Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, and All Monsters Attack.
Great names.
And yeah, boy, buckle up for these next 2. But I promise after that, it's going to get better.
Hey, I enjoy
These
watching
next
them
2
all.
are going to be rough. But then
Hey,
starting in like
recording time.
72, it starts getting great.
Nice.
So, yeah, man.
Should we talk about Shin Godzilla?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You know more about this than I do, and
Well, I actually don't know.
Not that there's a whole lot to know, anyways. But like, tell me what's going on.
So you may have noticed we were on a bit of a hiatus. We've come back together. One of the reasons we came back together, we were just like talking about Godzilla, is because someone, I forget who, told me that Shin Godzilla is, I think in a few weeks from this recording date, is going to be in the theaters again. I'm seeing August 14th is the date I'm seeing.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to look that up. But the reason it came up is that's a amazing opportunity for me to see Shin Godzilla for the first time in the theater, which seems like something I have to do.
So you're seeing it on a Thursday. I will try and see it on the same day. That would be cool. And then we could record. We'll figure that out offline.
Yeah, no, we'll figure that out.
So
the point of that is, I imagine we're going to have a little side quest episode about Shin Godzilla. At least I think that's what we should do while it's fresh in our heads, especially with the first impressions and all. I mean, we were saying for a long time that we were going to watch Shin Godzilla as the last movie of this podcast.
Yeah.
But how often is it going to be in the theaters?
Well, it's never been in theaters in America.
It hasn't.
No, it was literally...
I did not know that.
It was only released in Japan originally.
I didn't know that.
And then it was really hard to get a hold of for years over here until, I don't know why, but eventually it made it onto iTunes.
I did know about that.
But it was hard to get forever. And yeah, there were no showings outside of Japan originally.
Yeah, so I know a number of people who have seen it and love it. In fact, I think our conversation about going to see this movie started with a friend of mine who was at San Diego Comic-Con, and his girlfriend won a lottery to meet one of the directors of that film. Oh, and crazy. She gave him the ticket so that he could get the poster signed, and he sent like a photo of it. But I saw the picture. I didn't know who it was, but I kind of assumed it was one of the directors, I sent it to you.
It's the dude that made Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Amazing.
What the heck is his name?
So I figured it was someone important. By the way, my friend was smiling in the picture, so
It is.
But anyways, that
I
got us
I didn't
talking
want to
about
say
Shin
the
Godzilla.
wrong name. That's Hideaki Anno.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Shinji Higuchi are the two that did Shin Godzilla. So this is it's
Getting
going to be in
pumped.
4K. It was
Yes.
even in theaters. Well, probably in theaters it was, but it's never been released in 4K.
It's been released digitally in 4K, but I don't know if it was
Yeah.
ever projected in the theater in 4K.
Okay,
Maybe.
cool. But this also comes on the heels of Toho confirming that there will be another Shin Godzilla film, as well as a direct sequel to Godzilla Minus One. Like Godzilla Minus One sequel is already in the works with the exact same team that won all those awards and stuff, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, that Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi are back to do another Shin Godzilla.
Very
Which-
excited. I'm so excited to see this movie, man.
Freaking crazy. So yeah, yeah.
So
dude,
ultimately,
I love that.
after we're done recording this episode, we're probably gonna like try and figure out when and where the movie's showing and get that. So I don't know when this episode is releasing, but you should expect an episode about Shin Godzilla soon.
very very soon. Yeah.
And that'll just be a side quest movie, and then we'll go back to the regularly scheduled Showa era.
Yeah. Right on back to it.
Gotta do it. We could even just we could finish the podcast by like rewatching the original film or something bookending like that. That would be
that'd be
kind of
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
The last one we
Just
watched
go-
is
like
like
go-
the original movie.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
You know, bookend.
Yeah. After we've
That could be cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty sweet. Any final thoughts on
Sick.
Son of Godzilla? Anything you want to say to wrap us up or get us out of here? Like,
This has been real. We've taken enough of your time, I think. We're back.
I think you said that. I think you
Drive
said that
safely.
already.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I got.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for being here. This is the one about Godzilla movies. Okay, are we gonna rate this out of 5 or out of 10?
Okay.
We got to do that, and then we can get out of
Well,
here.
on Letterboxd, it's
So-
a five-star scale.
Yep. So there we are.
So 3 out of 5 for me.
3 out of 5. I'd say 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Okay.
So
So I'm being generous.
Yeah, you're being
It's mostly
generous.
because I really like the spider work. That's the main reason.
That's fair.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought we didn't talk about this. I thought
web
the
stuff
web
wasn't
work
bad.
was pretty cool. Like, especially the when it would land on the
Special
humans.
also shooting around.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the out of the mouth thing was kind of weird. Oh, and the giant he would go like "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh," and then just and he stabbed Godzilla in the eye at one point with
Oh,
the
yeah,
freaking
that's
needle
true, he
thing,
did.
dude. I forgot about that.
When he was upside down.
Yeah. Ka-ching. What was I gonna say? Oh, dude, his atomic breath. We're wrapping it up. We're getting out of here. His atomic breath. That is the thing that is knocking a half a star for me. Was
The way it was done.
he'd atomic breath the spider, and nothing would actually happen to the spider. Like there was no smoke or damage or anything to the puppet, and it's like they hadn't quite figured out how to do that yet. So it was a little light on the necessary special effects in my opinion.
Sure.
Yeah, we've taken enough of your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm going to make this tighter in the edit, I promise. No, I'm not. What's in the show is in the show. This is the one about Godzilla movies. We will see you next time with either All the Monsters Attack. No, I don't know. We'll see you next time with another movie. It's going to be the next episode after this one, numerologically and in release date. And you in the future are going to be able to figure that out because you are smart and you are capable and you can do really hard things. And we love you.
hope.
Bye.